Hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on 9 essential reasons that credit repair companies should offer business credit. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to join me today. My name is Ty Crandall. I'm actually the Director of Business Services here at CreditSuite. What my role here is I help people get a better grasp on business credit, understand what business credit is, how it can work for their business, and a lot of our clients here at CreditSuite, we are credit repair owners. So I thought it would be great to dedicate an entire webinar to exactly the reasons why credit repair owners would want to offer business credit. Now, those of you that know my history, I am one of the few people you might hear from who are a real living success story when it comes to credit repair. I built a credit repair company from the ground up. I sold the credit repair company, and even as I say here today, I still earn thousands of dollars a month from what that company actually does. And in large part, we were successful because we incorporated business credit into our product line. We started offering business credit along with credit repair services. So in this webinar, we're going to talk about why business credit fits so well with credit repair, why it actually enhances credit repair's weaknesses. Now, I must give you a warning, a heads up before we do this. I just did a similar presentation at our credit boot camp, and some people said, Ty, it sounds like you're kind of putting down credit repair. So I need to let everybody know that's not my intention. I could literally dedicate a whole nother hour webinar just to how credit repair offsets the weaknesses in business credit. And in order to do this kind of webinar, I have to point out some of the weaknesses with credit repair so you best understand how business credit can enhance those weaknesses. But again, don't get me wrong. Even though I will be pointing out and mentioning some of the weaknesses in the credit repair industry, that definitely does not mean I have anything against credit repair. I am one of the few people you'll talk to who lived in the industry, who was successful, and who built and sold a successful company. So I'm a big fan of credit repair. But again, in order to show you how business credit offsets the credit repair weaknesses, we have to talk about some of those weaknesses. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. Let's dive in, and let's talk about some of the essential reasons that credit repair companies should actually offer business credit. Now, business credit really goes hand in hand with credit repair. I mean, these two were basically made for each other. You'll really find a hard time, finding another industry that probably works better with credit repair than business credit. As a matter of fact, as a credit expert, you'll commonly be asked and expected to be knowledgeable about business credit and credit repair. Okay, that's how I learned about business credit. As a matter of fact, most credit repair companies I talk to, they learn about business credit from their customers. It's kind of funny, but what happens is your customers love you, especially when you do a good job of fixing their credit. So as a result, they want you to sell them more. They want you to help them in other areas. So it's only natural that if you are an expert with credit repair, if you are an expert with consumer credit, it's only natural that people are going to expect that you also know something about consumer credit. Because really, they're kind of two sides of the same coin. Both have to do with credit. It's just one deals with actual consumer credit and one deals with corporate credit. So again, as a credit expert, you probably maybe have already had customers ask you the same question. Hey, do you know anything about business credit? And that large part has to do with the fact that these two industries go so close hand in hand. I mean, your customers will expect that you can help them with both their personal credit and their business credit. And this is especially true when they see positive credit repair results you deliver. Okay, with good improvement results, customers might be begging you for business credit after seeing what you did to help them on the consumer side. As a credit repair owner, we always dealt with the same thing. We talked to customers. They were very skeptical. They weren't sure if it was going to work for them. Even the first month of disputes we were working for them, they were very skeptical. We would always get this phone call about 2 to 3 weeks into the disputing process where they're like, I'm not sure about this. I haven't got anything back in the mail. And we'd have to kind of hold them back and be patient. Then they got their first results, and their whole persona changed. Everything about how they treated and how they viewed us changed. They would immediately then be very, very, very excited, very, very happy after they would get these reports with these deletions. And almost immediately they would contact us and be, oh my gosh, you're awesome. This is great. I see these results. This is amazing. And they would always almost ask us, what else can you help with? Can you help me with other things? Because at that point in time, there was a large amount of rapport, a large amount of trust built the minute that they saw that we delivered the results we could deliver. And it's only natural for them to instantaneously want us to provide them other services. And that's exactly what we did. We helped them build new credit. We helped them with things like prepaid legal. And our big ticket item was business credit. We also helped them with business credit. And they would graciously pay the money, and they were excited that we could help them in other areas because a strong bond of trust had been established just because they saw the results that we delivered with credit repair. Okay, business credit and personal credit really go so well together that they're easy services to cross-sell. So many clients who you already have in there for credit repair also need help with their business credit building. And a lot of our clients learn this. When they start offering business credit with us, they say, how do I market this? And the answer is always very simple. Well, you tell everybody that comes in your door about it. The truth is, a lot of credit repair customers own businesses or want to start a business, and they're very interested in building business credit if they knew you offered it. So when you're offering business credit, it's really a matter of just suggesting to people that you already have coming in the door for your other services, such as credit repair, that you offer business credit services. And when you mention that at the point of sale, you'd be really surprised to see how many people actually will want business credit the minute that they know you have it. Now, the same thing applies in reverse. Okay, many business credit customers also need credit repair. They also need help with their actual credit improvement. So if you were offering business credit, it's very easy to cross-sell credit repair because these are business owners, and most of them know that their credit it really comes into play when they're doing things with their business. Now, even though business credit can be built independently from personal credit, which means they won't even look at the personal credit when business credit's built the proper way, still a lot of business credit customers are going to ask you and want credit repair from you because it helps them with overall things they can do in their business. So that's another reason these two go hand in hand, is that, again, a lot of people need both services, and it's easy for you to cross-sell both services. Now, this makes it easy to sell both services and get a good, strong ROI, or return on investment. Okay, because when it comes to advertising and things like that, your greatest concern is always how much money you're going to get in return for how much money you spent. Okay, if you spent $1,000 on an ad and you earned $2,000 on that ad, that's a really good return on investment. Okay, so ultimately what happens is when you can offer both services, it's easier to get a better return on investment because you have two services to sell to that customer, not just one. Now, from entrepreneur.com, when it comes to lifetime value, which is reason number 8 that credit repair goes so good with business credit, this is what they have to say. Lifetime value is perhaps the most significant measure to benchmark. It's one of the most overlooked and least understood metrics in business. Why is this particular number so important? Mainly because it will help you decide how much you're willing to spend to buy that customer for your business. Look, a lot of companies don't know this, and you need to know this, because if you're going to advertise to get a customer, the question becomes, how much is that customer worth to you? Well, a lot of people don't know that answer. They don't know how much a customer is really worth to them. And when you don't, it makes it really hard to advertise. How much do you spend per customer? $1, $10, $100, $1,000? If you don't know what the value of that customer is to your organization, then you may never really know how much is a safe bet to advertise to bring that customer in the door. Okay, so with business credit, it really, really increases your client's lifetime value. Because one of the easiest ways to make more money for your company is to sell more products to clients that you already have. You've already built the trust and rapport. Okay, and in credit repair, that could be a really uphill battle. Okay, in credit repair, there's so much skepticism that sometimes it's a real uphill battle to build the trust and rapport with the customer. And when they see the first results, and when you've built this rapport, then one of the easiest things you could do to make more money isn't to focus on getting more customers, but to focus on the ones that you already have the rapport, that already trust you, and provide an additional service to those customers. So once clients, again, start to see the credit repair results, they'll gladly purchase other services from you because credibility is established. And by offering more services to clients that you already have, then what happens is you're radically improving this lifetime value of the client. Okay, because that lifetime value reflects how much revenue you're going to generate from the client in the lifetime of the time that they're doing business with you. So if you can make thousands of dollars per client instead of hundreds of dollars, well, then your revenues are really going to soar. Okay, so for example, if you're earning $100 monthly for a credit repair client and they stay with you for 7 months, then the lifetime value of that client is $700 if they never come back to you for more work. Now let's say you add another service such as business credit to that customer and you charge them $2,000. Well, now what happens is your lifetime value for that client just increased by almost 300% to $2,700. So because your lifetime value is now 285% higher, it means you can spend a lot more money bringing that customer in the door because the lifetime value or the value to your company is so much greater. Now, when you sell more to clients you already have, then you also have no cost of acquisition. Okay, so you can only make more money as there's no extra cost to bring the customer in the door. Okay, this is a beautiful thing, especially if you're selling to customers you already have. There's really no cost to acquire those customers. They're already customers you already have. So when you can sell another service to them, you can make a lot more money because you never paid to acquire that customer. A lot of them were already clients of yours. You were just offering them another service. Okay, so that's one of many reasons that hands down increasing your existing client's lifetime value is one of the fastest and easiest ways to increase your overall revenue. Business credit and financing is easy to advertise. Okay, when advertising, the greatest concern that you'll get is that return on investment. Okay, and I say that commonly, what happens is there's no cost of advertising if you're getting a really good return. For example, if you pay $1,000 on an advertisement and you earn $1,500 on that ad, then your return on investment was 150%. You got in return 150% of what you paid on the ad. So did it really cost you $1,000 to run the ad if you earned $1,500? Well, that's what I commonly say. A lot of people don't advertise because they're afraid of the quote-unquote cost. But if you're getting such a good rate of return, then there really isn't a cost because you're earning so much more than you're actually paying. So credit repair is a tough industry to advertise in, unfortunately, and get a strong return on investment. Okay, many credit repair owners have tried all kinds of media, TV, Craigslist, and they still have a very tough time getting good return on investment. Even after trying these, they're just unable to get a good rate of return from customers no matter what advertising method they try. Okay, most customers don't want credit repair is what I found. They need their credit fixed to buy something they want. Okay, this is why most credit repair owners use affiliates as their main source of leads and revenue. Okay, because affiliates such as mortgage brokers, auto dealerships have something a client really want and they need their credit fixed to get it. When I first started going to the credit boot camps as an attendee, it was a really interesting experience. One of the first things I wanted to know was how other people advertised. So I made it my mission to go and talk to about 75% of the attendees, which is about 150 people, 150 owners. And my question was always the same. Hey, how do you market? How do you advertise? And I was really blown away to discover that almost everybody had the same response. I get my business from affiliates. Everybody I talked to, mortgage brokers, auto dealers, very few of them advertised. Everybody got their business from affiliates. Now, I learned that the answer to this question was always going to be the same. So the next boot camp I went to, I started asking people why. Hey, where do you get your leads? From affiliates. Why don't you advertise? Everybody had the exact same problem that I had, is that it's very tough to advertise and get response. So what they found was that most of them always relied on these affiliates to actually boost their business. Okay, now there's a massive amount of people who are looking to start a business that could use capital and credit to do so, and most existing businesses would love to have more money and credit to actually grow their business. So for these reasons, unlike credit repair, people respond in masses to advertisements for money and credit for their business. Okay, business credit and finance is much easier to attract interested customers than it is if you're doing credit repair advertising. And because of this, it's much easier to get good return on investment and earn really good profits with business credit versus credit repair loan. This right here is where I discovered it. When I actually first got the finance suite in my hands to sell years ago, and I became one of the first people in Dispute Suite that was in this beta test to sell business credit, I went to Craigslist. Because Craigslist is what I had been doing to attract customers for credit repair. Now again, what I found was that people didn't respond to ads for credit repair. I would run an ad that says, hey, fix your credit to get a mortgage. Nobody would respond. Then I would run another ad that says, hey, get a mortgage with bad credit, and everybody would respond. So one of the only ways I found to get the leads was to advertise for a mortgage, get the people who qualified to a mortgage broker, and the ones that didn't qualify, bring them in as a referral to our credit repair company. It was almost a bait and switch, which I really didn't like. But again, we had to play off of it and get people what they really wanted to have, which was the end result, the home, the car loan. Now then we got business credit and we started advertising it. And this is what I found. It took 120 ads to get credit repair ads to get one phone call, one person that was interested in credit repair. At the same time, we ran 5 business credit ads to get a phone call, a big difference. So what happened is once we realized this, it allowed us to start advertising business credit instead of credit repair, get massive response, and then sell them both products. It literally overcame our biggest issue and allowed us to advertise for business credit and then sell them both business credit and credit repair. Okay, other people might only need to enroll for credit repair. Some will only need to enroll for business credit. But what you do is when you can advertise something as easy as business credit and get massive response, it makes it much easier for you to then sell both or one of the other services to the actual customer. And again, many people who call you on your advertisements will need both services, okay, while other people only need one. Now, you cannot openly and legally advertise and market in other states with credit repair. This was a restriction. It held us back. We had a great company, but you can't really openly advertise in a lot of states. Hey, a buddy of mine had to refund all the fees he collected to every client in a state because the AG of that state called him on an advertisement. He had no complaints. Nobody from that customer submitted a complaint, contacted anybody. The AG just saw their ad and went to them and said, are you licensed to sell and advertise here? And they weren't, and they refunded all the money for those clients in that state. Look, this is something in credit repair that held us back. You can't openly and legally advertise in other states, but with business credit, you can openly and legally advertise and market in other states. Okay, so it really enhances the credit repair experience because with credit repair, you have a phenomenal product. And when you combine business credit with credit repair, now you have a legal, successful way to advertise for business credit, bring people in, and offer them credit repair where you're able to make a lot more money, offer them both services, and not get in any problems at all because you're legally advertising the business credit. Now with business credit, unlike credit repair, you can charge up front. Okay, the Credit Repair Organizations Act, as you know, prohibits you from charging up front in credit repair. Okay, listen, this is the #1 reason that people get in trouble in these sweeps, in these FTC stings. What they're looking for clearly, if you look at the people that get in trouble every single time, the one thing they all have in common is they charge up front. Now, I always laugh at the boot camps because over and over and over again, people will ask Mike Citron the same question. How do I get around this? But the truth is, there is no way around it. The law is the law, and it's illegal to charge up front for credit repair. Because it's illegal to charge up front, many go with these monthly models or even a pay-per-deletion model. But with pay-per-deletion and monthly models, have clients paying only a little bit of money every month. Okay, this is awesome because it actually helps build recurring and predictable income. You know, when I came from the mortgage business, I liked making a lot of money in one transaction. But the problem was next month, I always had to think about what I was going to do that month. Every month, I knew that my success would be based on what I brought in for that month. But credit repair was different because with recurring income, it's predictable. We knew if we had 500 active clients, how much money that meant we were going to collect every month. And because of credit repair, I fell in love with predictable recurring income that it brought us. I absolutely loved it. But it also made it much harder for the credit repair company to grow because we were making just a little bit of money on each customer. And to make a lot of money, it took a lot of customers. Okay, so because of that, it was just a little bit harder and took us a little bit longer to grow because as amazing as recurring income was, that little bit of money we collected versus a lot made it tougher and longer to grow. But when you offer business credit, you can charge upfront legally. Actually, in the finance industry, it's the norm. Okay, most people do this. The norm is that people do charge up front for business credit. Okay, so this means you can make hundreds, even thousands of dollars with each sale you make, and you can earn that money right away when the sale is actually made. You can then reinvest even a small amount of that money into your company and rapidly grow your business. This is what happened with my company. It's why my company doubled our revenues in the course of the year. And it's why we had so much success so fast that we got the watchful eyes of some potential buyers who came in and inevitably bought the company. The reason was that we found out how to charge up front for business credit, use that to enhance our credit repair services where we had recurring, and then take part of the money that we were collecting from the business credit sales, invest them, and rapidly grow the business as a result. Okay, now the reason number 5 that credit repair goes so good with business credit is that you can earn huge commissions with business credit. The amount of money charged to each credit repair customer is typically very small. Okay, typically a credit repair organization is earning less than $200 per client per month. Sometimes it's $100 per client. This means you have to enroll a high volume of customers to consistently make a lot of money. The profits earned on business credit are much higher than credit repair. Our clients who actually sell our finance suite, for example, earn between $2,000 and $3,000 in profit per sale. So with business credit, it only takes 3 sales to earn about $9,000 in extra revenue. Now, this was a big difference to me in a credit repair business because if I wanted to add our revenue by $10,000, that meant I had to figure out how to bring in another 100 customers for credit repair. Okay, so obviously it was much easier to focus on how to bring in 3 business credit customers than bring in 100 credit repair customers. Okay, and if you're making only $9,000 a month, for example, with our clients that are doing 3 sales, that's even with them making monthly payments. Okay, so that's even taking into account that maybe the customer doesn't have all the money to pay up front. With business credit, the monthly payments with our clients are usually collecting $1,000 a month from customers that want business credit. Okay, so because it's usually 10 times higher than business credit, it's a lot easier to earn money and earn huge commissions. Okay, now don't get me wrong. Okay, our system, our finance suite, has a lot more value than just normal business credit building because we incorporate funding with it. Okay, still, even if you're offering business credit and you're not offering our finance suite, you can still charge clients $1,000 to $1,500 just to build their business credit and still earn much higher profits than credit repair. Okay, so again, I was giving you numbers earlier if you're selling our finance suite, which is a pretty comprehensive system because it incorporates business credit and funding. But even if you weren't selling our system making $9,000 a month with 3 sales, you could still sell business credit itself and make $1,000 to $1,500 per sale, still a lot more than you're ever going to earn with the actual credit repair. And because your profits are so high, you can sell only a small amount of clients and earn massive commissions. Plus, these high profit margins make it easy to advertise and get good return on investment, as we discussed earlier. And you can put together a simple and fast plan to earn great revenue with only a small amount of sales. It makes it much easier to put together a successful marketing and advertising plan when you only need 1 or 2 people to sign up from that advertisement, not 10 or 20 like credit repair. And when you combine the power of recurring income generated from credit repair along with the beauty of collecting large upfront payments with business credit, you really get this unstoppable combination that can earn your credit repair organization a significant amount of money. Now, reason number 4, you have no back end to manage. Okay, listen, the greatest expense with running a credit repair company is paying for your back office. Paper, office supplies, staffing, internet services, phone services, and other back-end expenses are your largest operational cost. This is the one thing I didn't accurately figure out when I started a credit repair company. You see, as we did more volume and attracted more customers, and we figured that out. We figured out how to get us 20, 30, 50, 100 customers or more a month. And once we figured that out, it really helped our company grow. But there was a problem. As our company grew, so did our back end. We had to hire more and more and more people to do the disputing. We had to invest more and more money in stamps and paper and all these supplies that it took to actually run our back office. Okay, even when we looked into outsourcing, we still had the same problems of having to handle all the customer communication for these hundreds and hundreds of clients. Okay, managing your back office is not only the greatest expense, but it also eats up most of your time. I have so many clients that sign up to sell business credit, and I talk to them a month into it, and I say, how are you doing? And they say, Ty, I haven't even started. I say, what do you mean you haven't started yet? And they say, I am so buried with my credit repair business that I haven't had time. The number one thing I hear from credit repair owners coming in to sell business credit is exactly that. I don't have a lot of time. And the reason they don't have time is because they spend so much time managing their database, managing the back end of their actual credit repair organization, answering customer questions, providing exceptional service, helping coach and advise clients. All of these activities eat up your time, leaving less time to market and make sales. With business credit, there's no back end to manage. Okay, our system, a system like the finance suite, it's turnkey, it's all inclusive. You make the sale, you're done. That's it. So imagine you're making a sale, you're profiting $2,000 to $3,000, and you're done. There's no back end to manage. There's no customer that you need to actually talk to on the back end. Instead, certified advisors provide exceptional service to the clients and help coach and advise them so you don't have to. What that does is it leaves you more time to make more sales and earn more revenue. Think about it. If you're dedicating only about 30 minutes to a presentation for a client and you're earning $2,000 to $3,000 in profit and you're done, you don't need to manage that client, everything is taken care of after the sale, how much additional time are you going to have to make more sales? This is one of the best benefits of business credit. You have no back end to manage. You make the sale, you get out, you're done. This way you can earn your profit and move on while the customer is taken care of by certified experts in business credit building. Also with business credit, there's no additional regulation. Okay, CROA was designed to eliminate unethical actions from credit repair organizations. It was meant to weed out the problematic credit repair organizations that do unethical things. Okay, so this is a great way to root out the bad people from the industry. Okay, because of laws like CROA, we're very limited to how many credit repair companies are actually out there. Last time I checked, there's only about 5,000 to 6,000 credit repair companies in the United States. Wow. There's a lot of people in the United States, and for there to be only 5,000 or 6,000 companies, you have a really good niche, and there's not a lot of competition out there offering it, which makes it a little easier for you to do business because there aren't as many bad people. You don't have as much competition. But at the same time, CROA and other regulation makes it even harder for you to provide the quality value service that you offer for your customers. Okay, because there is so many regulation that says you can't do so many things. Okay, business credit has no such additional regulations. This makes it easier for you to advertise, market, sell, and assist customers with. You can market and advertise across state lines, but you can't do that with credit repair legally. You can charge up front, which you can't do with credit repair. With business credit, you don't need to serve your clients with a cancellation notice or 2 notices like required with credit repair. There's not a 3-day rescission period. You do not need a brick and mortar building in a state to offer business credit so you can advertise in other states. You don't need to keep all these customer files on records for years like you do with credit repair. You don't need special contracts or special disclosures. You don't need to outline all your costs in a certain way as required with CROA. You have no additional regulations. So this makes business credit much easier for you to sell and quickly grow a thriving business. Look, regulations just make it harder to do business. And again, they definitely have accomplished what they were intended to accomplish because you don't have a lot of competition in the credit repair space. So that is a massive benefit to you. But at the same time, these additional regulations, such as not being able to market across state lines or such as not being able to charge up front, just make it tougher to do business. When you add business credit to your arsenal, where you can do all of these things that you can't do with credit repair, you have a perfect product that offsets the weaknesses of the other. So when you offer both of them together, it just equates to a very, very powerful product line. Also, relating to the same thing with regulation, business credit has no enemies. Okay, a study released this year by the FTC concluded that at least 52 million Americans have errors on their credit report. And what's even worse is of the 26% of people in the study who found errors on the report, the bureaus themselves agreed that those errors were there and that they made changes 79% of the time. So almost all of the people, the vast majority, almost 80% of the people in the study that were found to have errors, the bureaus agreed with the consumer and said, yep, there's definitely an error here, and made corrections. Now, can you imagine what would happen if 52 million people started disputing their credit at the same time? I mean, just think about the time and cost that the credit bureaus would incur to try to handle those many disputes. I mean, that's one thing that literally could put the bureaus out of business overnight. So to ensure that the population doesn't start disputing, what happens is the bureaus wage war against credit repair organizations, okay? And this war makes it much more challenging for credit repair owners to actually do business, okay? I can tell you for a fact that this is the absolute case. So because of that, you deal with problems like the FTC, okay, who's jumped on board and has actual wording that say they've never even seen a successful, legitimate credit repair company. There's additional regulation which governs the industry, such as CROA. The BBB even treats credit repair companies differently, grading them completely lower, sometimes even F, just because of the company type, a credit repair organization. Now, let me get to the facts. The facts are that it all comes back to the bureaus. The truth is, we're not high risk on the BBB's list. As a matter of fact, the last year that I looked at for the BBB, credit repair in regards to complaints was over 300th on the list. Realtors, bankers, plumbers, almost all industries had more complaints than credit repair organizations. So the issues with organizations like the BBB doesn't have anything to do with complaints. They don't give plumbers and realtors and bankers automatically Fs. What happens is they get pressured by the FTC, which is always getting pressured ultimately by the bureaus. The bureaus are fighting a one-sided war. They're attacking the credit repair industry when unfortunately the industry itself hasn't had a lot of footing or funds to try to protect itself. As a result, even the FTC gets on board, creates problems with Visa and MasterCard, which creates problems with you getting bank accounts, merchant accounts, and a lot of other issues, not because the industry is scarred or has real problems, but mostly because of the problems that the bureaus themselves cause the actual industry. Banks, insurance companies, even merchant advance companies consider this to be high risk. And the general public is even convinced that the credit repair really doesn't work. As a matter of fact, the general public in a lot of cases is even convinced that they can't fix their credit. So the bureaus win there, because their whole goal is to make sure people never even try to fix the credit. So when they're convincing the public at large that it doesn't work, they've accomplished their ultimate goal in the fact that they're not able to actually or create credibility issues with the industry itself. But business credit has no enemies. It makes it a lot easier to sell when you don't have those kind of actual problems. Okay, the biggest seller of business credit is actually the bureaus themselves. It's the credit reporting agencies themselves. Okay, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian, they promote business credit, not condone it. Okay, this has helped create an environment where business credit's easier to sell. Clients are very receptive to it because there's no bad press out there. Actually, Dun & Bradstreet is by far the largest company out there that promotes business credit. And Dun & Bradstreet has 200 million records on file across the world. 200 million records on file. The United States government, the Australian government, on top of the United Nations and many other major organizations require contractors to even have a DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, so because organizations like these massive ones, including D&B, are promoting business credit, okay, there's a ton of money behind the industry to make sure that you don't have the problem where there's all this additional regulation and problems. And again, the problems aren't with the bureaus. The bureaus support business credit. They promote it. So because there are no real enemies, you have this environment where business credits is so much easier to sell. And again, the bureaus love it. They're the ones promoting it. The FTC has no issues with business credit, nor does the BBB. There's no additional regulation. There's no CROA. Okay, and there's no bad stigma either, meaning that you can advertise business credit funding and get massive response, unlike with credit repair where you're going to have a tougher response just because of the scars of the industry caused by the industry actually having these enemies in the business or in the credit reporting agencies. Reason number one that business credit goes so hand in hand with credit repair. There are a lot of credit repair companies who cater to high-end clientele who understand the value of credit. Okay, these companies' price plans start at about $10,000 or higher for their services. Okay, one of my friends runs these companies. She charges people $10,000 for credit repair. She has very high-end clients, athletes, movie stars, and these customers gladly pay those fees because they truly do understand the value of having good credit. But unfortunately, a lot of credit repair customers aren't that way. The truth is most credit repair customers don't understand the real value of what good credit can do for them. Okay, they don't realize that they will save tens of thousands of dollars in mortgage interest with good credit. They don't realize that they'll save hundreds of dollars a month on car payments, or even that they're going to get higher limits and lower interest rates on credit cards if they have good credit. Okay, if they did realize that, then they would pay you $10,000 a month to have their credit improved. But unfortunately, since so many people don't realize the true value of what credit repair gives them, in a lot of cases, companies only charge as little as $100 a month for the actual service. Now, business credit offers massive value. It helps people get money for their business, even if they have bad credit. And money is something most everyone understands the value of. For this and many reasons, business credit offers customers a very high perceived value, making it much easier to sell and to sell for higher fees. And when you add up the value of the end result of a credit repair customers along with business credit, well, then you provide so much value that there's never a reason for them to go anywhere else. This nearly eliminates your competition. You know who taught me this? Mike Citron, the owner of CreditSuite, a great mentor to me. He showed me that you should never give your clients a reason to ever leave you and go somewhere else to get a service that you could provide. And as a result of that, anybody that's on the call that's familiar with CreditSuite, you see how we operate. We're constantly rolling out new products, in large part due to the request from our actual customers. That's exactly what you want to do for your clients. You want to create an environment where they go nowhere else when they need something other than you. If they call you because they need an attorney, that's fantastic. Let you be the one that refers them to an attorney, and you get the credit, you get the benefit of that referral, of referring someone to the attorney. The same thing here. When you can offer great credit repair services and the client sees great results, it's only natural that they want to see more from you. Okay, so when you can offer business credit, you're offering them so much value, so much more value than what a lot of the other 5,000-6,000 other credit repair companies are offering. It helps you stand leaps and bounds above the competition, and it almost eliminates your competition, giving people very good reason to come to you and also stay with you. So that being said, let's take a look now at a turnkey business credit solution called our Finance Suite. Now, maybe on the call, maybe you've seen our Finance Suite before. And actually, I'm not going to spend a ton of time today actually going through our Finance Suite. What I'm going to do is just spend about 10 or 15 minutes, go through our actual business credit building system, just so you can see what an actual business credit building system looks like that's turnkey that you can offer to your customers. You see, this is what our customers asked us for. They said, hey, Ty, actually, it wasn't me. I was one of the customers that asked at the time. Everybody went to Mike Citron and said, look, we want to offer business credit. Our customers want it. They're asking for it. But the problem is we don't have time to learn a whole new industry. We need something turnkey. We need something turnkey we could just offer to a customer and be done. So CreditSuite has come up and created the Business Finance Suite. Simple as how it works is this. This is a system you sell to your customer. The customer pays you on average $2,500 to $3,500. You pay CreditSuite $700 for each one you sell. You pocket the rest. So you're profiting about $2,000 to $3,000 per sale just to sell them a turnkey system, and then you're done after the sale, and we take care of all the coaching for you. As a matter of fact, through the Finance Suite, your clients have access to 2 advisors. They have access to business advisors that help them with all aspects of building business credit. All the way through the process of building business credit, we have advisors that help them. We also have finance officers that help them with all aspects of getting financing. You see, the Business Finance Suite is the only system in the world that actually incorporates business credit and funding. So now what we've done is we've given you a service to offer business credit, which eliminates most of your competition in the credit repair world. And on top of that, we also included funding in here, which eliminates most of your business credit competition, because this is the only system that offers both. So other companies out there offering business credit alone, they have a major disadvantage because our system gets money to a client right away. Okay, even when they have credit problems, then we begin the process of building business credit. So real quickly, a 10-minute walkthrough. Let me actually show you what the Finance Suite will do. As you'll see, each step has video and or audio. And what we do in step 1 is quite simply something every bank should do for a customer but doesn't. We walk them through their application and explain to the actual business owner exactly what the lender's looking for. Think about it. Doesn't that make sense? I know it's not how banks work, but it makes sense to sit with a customer and make sure they meet the lending criteria before they even go applying. Look, I talk to people every day that say, Ty, you can't get money without a personal guarantee. You can't get approved. I've tried. And a lot of them fail because of this. They didn't meet the lender's criteria before they apply. So what we do for every business owner is we walk them through and make sure they meet the lending criteria before they even apply. Each comes with videos that'll walk them through what they're going to actually do. And if they don't meet a lending criteria, in one click they can actually go to a source that they can. Okay, let me give you an example. Lenders will not approve your business for business credit if you're working out of the home. Lenders will not approve your company for business credit if you're using a cell phone on your application instead of a business number. So right through our system, instead of you going to get a real office, the customer can actually get a virtual office through a major company like Regis. And we've already negotiated better terms with them than they're going to get anywhere else. The other benefit is when they go to apply, look, all the information auto-populates here on their application. Okay, so this saves a business owner time because they don't have the time to go through and fill this out with every source. So we do it for them. So now they can get what they need, make sure their business is set up credibly, cheaply, affordably, and at the same time very quickly. Plus, we have the exact same technology lenders use. See, these are two pieces of technology where the lender uses to see if you really have a cell phone, a home phone, or a business phone. Do you really have a business address or a home address? Well, right here, our technology, the same as the lender uses, checks that out to make sure, again, that the client's going to meet the criteria before they even apply. Okay, and again, some of this technology is exactly the same as the lenders use. We need to make sure they have a toll-free number, fax number, make sure they're listed in 411. A lot of companies, my credit repair company was open for 5 years. It wasn't listed with 411. I found it out through the Finance Suite in one click, yes, I need it, and I was done. They listed it for me. So through the Finance Suite, we offer a lot of different services that help them make sure that they have their business set up credibly. Now again, an experienced business owner is going to fly through this. They're going to go through it really quick. Because with an experienced business owner, they meet most of this criteria. They might just only not meet one or two things. Okay? With a business owner that's just getting started, they can literally build their whole business through the system. And we also offer things like this. Okay, we have companies that have created products just for our system. Here's a company where they can come in, okay, they can get all kinds of exposure for their website, SEO, website creation, get all kinds of online presence, and this company will even report the information to the business credit reporting agencies. See, we stopped trying to do what other business credit building companies were doing. They kept looking for other vendors that report to the business credit reporting agencies. What we did was we went and found companies that offer services our clients actually need, and then we helped those clients report to the reporting agencies. So now we're offering services to the clients that they really need, and they can build their business credit, and it's exclusive to only our clients because these companies only offer this through the actual Finance Suite. So after we walk them through these foundational steps, we then get in here and get them money. You see, what we found is that business credit's phenomenal. People can build credit for their business with no personal liability and no personal credit check. But the problem is, what people wanted even more than that was money right away. And business credit building takes time. It takes 9 to 12 months to really start getting people a lot of money. And most people didn't want to wait 9 to 12 months. So what we did was we went ahead and included 2,000 lenders in here, over 30 core funding products we have in the system. This way, a lot of our credit repair clients, for example, have customers that get in the system and can get money right away. Now, let me show you how this works. It's quite simple. When you go to a bank, you're typically applying for an SBA loan. It's just about the only thing that conventional banks offer. But statistically, a significantly small percentage, about 5% of business owners could even qualify for SBA. 95% can't because they want personal and business financials and tax returns and bank statements, personal, but they want all of these things to try to find the weakness in your company. And if they find the weakness and they feel they're exposed to too much risk, they deny the loan. And it takes 2 months to get approved. If you were to get approved, there's a lot of problems with SBA financing to a point where 95% of business owners simply won't qualify. So what we do is offer funding available to our customers. A lot of our customers have credit problems. So we went and found every major form of funding that's out there that's available for a business owner. We found the best banks that offer it, and we incorporate over 2,000 lenders in here. So what we do is we actually ask clients, hey, tell me a little bit about your business. Do you have monthly revenue? Do you have credit card sales? And whatever the strength of their business is, we use to get them funding. Maybe the business has purchase orders or account receivables or inventory. Maybe they have equipment. Maybe they have revenue. Maybe they have credit card sales. If they even have revenue or credit card sales, we can get them money, even if they have a 500 score. If they have receivables, we'll get them money even if they have a 350 credit score. Even if they have bad credit, we can still get them financing such as 401k financing that will lend them 200% of what's in their 401k. So if they have 100 grand in their 401k, we'll get them 200 grand in business financing. If they have stocks, bonds, things like that, we'll get them securities-based line of credit as low as 1.6%, even with bad credit. That means even with credit challenges, they can come in and get rates as low as a third of what SBA would charge right through the system. If you have somebody that has good credit, even if they have no financials in a startup business, then through our system, we can get them up to $150,000 in unsecured credit cards and credit lines just because they have good personal credit. So whether they have bad or good credit, as long as they have asset or collateral or cash flow or credit card sales or good credit, any of those, not all of them, but any of those, we can get them approved. So what happens is after they enter this information, we pull up a list of all the programs they qualify for. They get a description of the program, and again, in one click, they can actually submit to apply. That application goes to their own funding advisor. Now they have money. Over 70% of our clients get funding immediately in the first 30 to 60 days. Okay, we even teach you when you get started how to find the clients that can get money right away. Okay, then what we do after we get them money is we come right into step 3 and we help them with building their business credit. So the first thing we do is get them access to their business credit reports. Okay, we get them access to something called Experian Smart Business so they can monitor their Experian accounts. How many trade accounts? How many credit? Do they have a credit report established? This is free. This is the only place on planet Earth that Experian gives this data to a customer for free. Outside of our system, they're going to pay $40 to $100 a month to monitor their credit. Through us, they get it for free. Now, they can enroll for Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax's monitoring, their full monitoring, and pay for it, but they don't need to because we give them the Experian access for free. We also teach them how to get a DUNS number for free and how to get their DUNS number and their credit profile activated at no cost. Makes it nice for them. Okay, that Dun & Bradstreet charges $800 for that same service that we give the client for free. So they save $800 with D&B and $40 to $100 a month with services that the bureaus offer through our system and nowhere else. And it's important to note that it goes to show you how credible our system is. It's the only system in the world that the bureaus actually are part of, that they actually live data stream information into. So in step 4, we help the client with building business credit. And again, we do something that no other business credit building service does. We explain each source, what they sell, who they report to, and their actual underwriting guidelines. This way, as long as anybody just follows the guidelines and applies for the ones they know they'll get approved with, they stand the best chance of getting approved. They're not going to get denied. They actually can make sure they meet the lending guidelines before they even apply. And we offer a lot of services. There's, I think, almost 70 vendors in here, and a client only needs 5 to get approved. There's more sources in here than any other business credit building system available today. And look, a lot of them are ones they're going to use. Radio Shack, T-Mobile, Best Buy, right? Amazon.com, Tiger Direct. You see, most people offer business credit, but the problem is most people just don't know that it's there. Most people don't know that all these companies offer business credit. Prick Country, Staples, Quill, Uline. Okay, all of these companies offer business credit, but they all have specific requirements to get approved. So by giving clients access to companies like FedEx and telling them what the requirements are, we actually help the client stand the best chance of getting approved. And as you can see, I'm going on and on and on. There are just almost 70 sources here that clients can choose from to start their business credit building. Now, luckily, it only takes about 30 to 90 days after they get those 5 sources to actually have their business credit built. And then they can start getting revolving accounts here in step 5, Staples, Office Depot, Shell, Tractor Supply, Home Depot. So these are real revolving accounts in their business name that require no personal credit check or guarantee. So let me ask, would it help you? Would it help the customer if you could get credit with Apple, for example? Okay, so this being said, Walmart, Costco, Apple, all of these sources are actually available for the client. Okay, and if you're talking about a brand new startup business, again, there's even more benefit because a startup business can get money right away. We can get them up to $150,000 right away if they have good personal credit or if they need things like equipment or commercial signage or wrap financing. Even with average credit, we can get them all those type of financing. Again, somebody even with bad credit that's a startup business that has a 401k or stocks or other collateral can still get money through our system and can still build all of this business credit regardless of their credit quality. So again, our system offers more sources than anywhere else on the planet. The only place with certified business credit coaches and finance officers, more funding sources available than anywhere else, and we give the client an actual $50,000 guarantee. So how this works quite simply is this. You go to a site called businesscreditexpert.com. Looks just like this. This is what you're going to do to learn more. Go to businesscreditexpert.com. You see a video. You enter your first name and email. And when you do that, you will instantly have access to all the information you need to get going. It's right here. Now, we give you a whole business credit in a box to get started. You get everything. Okay, we give you 6 months of email content, 6 months of social media posts, done-for-you webinars, videos, press releases, free reports, ebooks, articles for posting. We give you done-for-you seminars. We give you done-for-you training for your sales team. We give you sales scripts. We even give you 2 websites to sell business credit. It's all available, and you can learn all about it right here at businesscreditexpert.com. You can even get started with a payment as low as $400. And I forgot to tell you the best part. You get your own finance suite. So with even your first payment of $400, you get your own finance suite for your business. You become a licensed reseller able to offer the finance suite, and you get everything else that comes with it. Now, on the site businesscreditexpert.com, you can play this video, and you can actually see all of the materials you get. So if you don't know what 6 months of email content sounds like, you can actually go right in here, play the video, and see the actual materials you get. It's a really, 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 really amazing opportunity. And again, it really can enhance your actual business, your credit repair business. I know it definitely did for mine. So to take a look again, more funding and business credit sources available than anywhere. Only system that integrates with the 3 bureaus. Only system where clients get a free DUNS number and experience smart business, saving them about $1,200 to $2,000. Only system with certified coaches for business credit and funding. And we offer a guarantee that every customer through the system is going to get at least $50,000 in money. Now the best part is that we teach you how to figure this out. We give you all the tools, all the training to immediately know exactly who's going to get funding and who doesn't. As a matter of fact, there's over 60 hours of training available, including a walkthrough of every finance program, terms, all those type of things. Plus, our average client selling this for $2,500 to $3,500. At the boot camp I just got done with, I had clients selling it for $5,000 to $7,000. And all you do is pay CreditSuite $700 per sale. It's as simple as that. Okay, so this is charged 3 days after you actually activate that client. So basically, once you get started, you make the sale, you collect their money, and you pay the $703 later. So it gives you the potential to make massive commissions because you're making almost $2,000 to $3,000 a sale. Okay, so again, if you want to learn more, please check out businesscreditexpert.com, and that'll give you all the details to go ahead and get going. So businesscreditexpert.com will give you all the details you're going to want to know. To get started, check it out right now. And also, for attending this webinar, if you do get started today with even your first payment of $400, and I have March 31st, but I definitely didn't mean that. I mean through this actual Sunday, I think, which is April 28th. Through April 28th, you can actually get a lot of free bonuses that I've included. Okay, you can actually get the professional plan for the premier level. Saves you $800. So when you're on businesscreditexpert.com, look at that middle plan and keep in mind that if you're getting started with that one or the premier plan, the top plan, you actually can do so for the middle plan pricing. It saves you $800. Okay, and you can break those down into payments of $400. And don't forget, you get your own finance suite with that. You also get 2 extra months of email marketing content, 2 extra months of social media content, marketing videos, sales scripts, done for you webinar. All of this comes extra with that upgrade to Premier. Okay. Plus, you can also break it down into payments of $400 plus got some other specials, a free ready-to-publish book on personal and business credit so you could be a published author, and full access to all of our coaching webinars, and 3 months of email content, 3 months of social media content for credit repair, 2 free credit repair reports, and a free kit that you can actually give out to credit repair customers. So all of that is yours if you're getting started before this coming Sunday, April 28th. If you have any other questions on business credit, please give me a call. I'm actually getting ready to go into another webinar right now, so I don't have time to answer a lot of questions, but check out businesscreditexpert.com. And if you want to know anything about business credit, do me a favor. Give me a call or send me an email. Thank you so much for taking the time to attend this webinar.